Hi everyone! The career fair is coming up soon, so we wanted to take a couple minutes to present some information to you so that you can make sure that you're prepared and confident going into the event. The first part of career fair prep is literally just taking the time to prepare yourself for the career fair. Hundreds of students will attend this event, so you want to make sure that you stand out to employers and that you're able to put your best foot forward. The best way that you can do this is by taking some time beforehand to research the employers who will be there, make sure you know what you want to talk about, and make sure that you are dressed appropriately for the event. Speaking of dressing the part, you must dress in business professional attire to even attend the event. Make sure you wear something that you feel comfortable and confident in. If you spend the afternoon fidgeting with your top or wobbling with your heels or retying your tie, you likely won't feel as comfortable and it'll be harder for you to project confidence to the employers you decide to talk to. Additionally, you should not bring your backpack or your coat into the banquet hall where the employers will be set up. There will be a bag drop and a coat rack at the entrance to the fair, so leave your stuff there and pick it up when you're done talking to employers. You want to make sure that you have a really strong resume going into the career fair. So one way that you can do this is get multiple opinions from career ambassadors during drop-in hours, a career coach with an appointment, maybe a faculty member or an employer because they might have more specific industry information for you. We do have drop-ins every day during the week, so you can come in during those times or schedule an appointment. Additionally, with your resume for the career fair, since we ask that you don't bring your backpacks into the banquet hall space, you want to make sure you bring a Padfolio. So Padfolio gives you an easy way to carry your resumes nice and neatly, look professional, and be able to move about the fair with ease. Preparation is important, and creating your career fair strategy is a crucial part of the preparation process. One thing you should do prior to the fair is identify which employers you want to talk to. You can find the list of registered employers by going to the appropriate career fair event listed in Handshake. There will be over 100 employers at the fair, so there's really no way that you can talk to all of them. There's only a 3-hour window, so you want to make sure that you prioritize who you want to talk to and work your way through that list. We recommend that you make a list of 10 to 15 employers who you want to talk to while you're at the fair, and then follow them on Handshake. If you follow them on Handshake, it's easier to find them afterwards, reread the information about the company, if they have any jobs posted, anything like that. Once you have your list of 10 to 15 employers, you want to rank them, starting with the company that you're most interested in, and then work your way down. Once you have your list of employers ranked, you want to create a spreadsheet like this. So this spreadsheet is helpful because it will make sure that you can create a new elevator pitch for every employer that you talk to. So when you create this spreadsheet, you want to include the company's name, why you're interested in this employer, why this employer should be interested in you, what position or positions they have posted, and any questions that you want to ask the recruiters at the event. This is what your worksheet should look like once it's all filled out. So you have the company name, why you're interested in that employer, why that employer should be interested in you, which positions the employer has posted, and then any questions that you want to ask. Once you have this information filled out, it's really easy to use this spreadsheet as a cheat sheet for creating elevator pitches for each of the employers that you decide to talk to. Your elevator pitch is super important because that is the employer's quick introduction to who you are as a potential employee, who you are as a student, and it demonstrates your interest in that employer specifically. You want to make sure that you give a unique elevator pitch to each employer and that you don't just repeat the same one to everybody because each employer is going to have different things they're looking for. So by taking the time to create a unique elevator pitch for each employer, you're able to meet their needs and demonstrate why you're the best candidate for their specific openings. One example of an elevator pitch based on the info in this table would be to say, "Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm a junior finance major. I knew of Fifth Third before coming to school in Cincinnati, but since being here, I've realized that Fifth Third is a major leader in finance and banking. Last summer, I had an internship in wealth management at a small local firm, and I recently learned about the wealth and asset management track in the leadership development program at Fifth Third. What other tracks have you seen finance majors be most successful in?" So by creating an elevator pitch that sounds like that, you introduce yourself, you introduce how you know of the company and what you've heard about them. You've heard or you've explained why this employer should be interested in you. You demonstrated that you've done your research and you know which positions have been posted at the company. And then you engage the employer in conversation by asking them a question and inviting them to respond to you rather than just walking up to them and presenting your own information. The cheat sheet that you fill out is also really helpful for furthering your strategy. So you have your employers ranked from 1 to 10 or 1 to 15 or however many employers you've decided you want to talk to. So when you get to the fair, you want to start with your last ranked employer. So figure out what your pitch is going to be and then go talk to them. Get through that pitch, that conversation, step away from the table, take a couple deep breaths, maybe get a drink of water, take a slight break, look at whoever is one step up on your list, figure out what your pitch is going to be to them, and then go talk to them. You want to work your way up the list from bottom to top until you start feeling more confident. Once you feel really comfortable and confident with the way the career fair works and you feel like you're at your best and you've worked through the nerves, you want to jump from wherever you just ended to your top employer since you're at the top of your game. Once you talk to your top employer, if you still have anyone else left on the list, work your way down the list. The most important thing to remember is just make sure to take a break between each elevator pitch you give. You don't want to go straight from employer to employer. You want to take a break, get some water, take a deep breath, shake it off, regroup, all of those things. It's okay to take your time a little bit, so make sure that you give yourself a chance to regroup between each conversation. What you decide to do after the career fair is also very important in the scheme of career fair strategy. One thing that we consistently hear from recruiters at the career fair and at other events is that students stick out to them when they come and talk to them at multiple events. So they came up to the table during the career fair, they went during Meet the Firms or another networking event happening on campus. You also want to make sure that you send thank you emails to any employers that you talk to during the fair who really stood out to you. So you want to send that within the first 24 to 48 hours after the fair, just so that the interaction is still fresh in their mind and they see right away, oh, this student is really serious about our company because they took the time to reach out to me right after. So we've heard this kind of feedback from places. We've also heard it from Macy's. So really the most important thing is just making sure that you're getting FaceTime over and over and over again and that you keep a constant line of communication. So to recap all of that, you want to make sure that you dress in professional, comfortable, confident clothing so that you look and feel your best during the event. Make sure you bring lots of copies of your resume and a Padfolio since you won't be bringing in your backpack to the event. Having a Padfolio helps make sure that you have a professional way to carry all your resumes, and then having lots of copies make sure that you have enough to hand out to each employer you decide you want to talk to. Take the time before the career fair to do some research on which employers are going to be at the fair and rank your favorite 10 to 15. Fill those employers into the spreadsheet that we showed you earlier in the video so that you can create your elevator pitch one employer at a time during the fair. Once you're at the fair, make sure you give yourself a second to breathe in between each elevator pitch and conversation so that you feel comfortable and confident every time you talk to somebody. If you have additional questions, please come into drop-in hours. The career ambassadors are happy to help answer any questions you have. And if you need additional assistance beyond that, we can get you set up with a career coach who will have even more information for you.